All right. Good morning, everyone. Thanks so much for your patience, and thanks for joining. This is the MoneyMaker webinar. For anyone who may be new to this call, this is a monthly webinar for our reseller partners that we hold every month, where we talk about product and marketing updates and upcoming announcements. My name is Christina, and I will be hosting the call, and hosting with me as well will be Chelsea, who is the product marketer for this product manager, I'm sorry, for the call. And Shannon, who you are all familiar with, will be stepping away, and she'll be back later this year. So just to review the agenda quickly, we have some really exciting topics for you today. We have several changes to the storefront coming up, and we have the entire reseller team that will talk about the different changes. And then after that, Chelsea is going to talk about some upcoming product announcements, and then we'll open up the floor to Q&A. So just some housekeeping items to remind you, we're going to keep the Q&A until the end. So if you want to ask any questions, please do so in the Q&A section via text, and we'll answer them at the end. And just as a reminder, this is recorded, so if you need to jump off or if you joined late, we'll post the recording on the Google community under the filter called webinars. And as a reminder, we have the next webinar that's coming up Wednesday, March 6th. And we will be posting about this on the community and RCC just to spread the word. So we're going to jump right in. So I'll hand it over to Chelsea to get started.
Sounds good. Thanks, Christina. All right, so first I'm going to just do a quick review that we have several launches that are coming up, and there's a couple things that are launching that you can update today, but there's a larger launch that's happening on February 14th. So I'm going to be going over custom nav, the config pages, a couple changes in the product pages, as well as the home page here in the next couple slides. So with the navigation change, you should have already heard about this. We had it in the newsletter, and Christina had posted in the Google Plus community as well. But pages that currently have the navigation of just home are going to be updated to use the custom navigation that is listed in the RCC. So the screenshot I have here on the right is of the cart, and notice right underneath my Prestige Worldwide logo there, it just says home. And starting February 14th, it's going to take in all of the navigation that you have set in your custom nav. Everything is going to be available to update your navigation right now. That was launched in December. So we are ready for it to go out live on the sites. We just want to give everybody a couple more days to update it and get it the way that they want before we bring this live. There are going to be many pages that are going to be impacted by this. Outside of the cart page, the domain purchase path, the bulk registration, bulk transfer, VPS, and dead server configuration pages, who is, legal pages, and contact us. So again, if you are just using our default standard storefront, everything right out of the box, you don't need to make a change. This is if you have some custom pages that you want to work around, or if you're wanting to hide something, it'll be in that custom nav under settings. All right, so next up is the config pages. These configuration pages are the second step in part of the two-step flow when you add a product to the cart. So an example of this that you may be used to today is the VPS or dedicated server. When a customer adds that product to their cart from that page, they're brought to a second step where they have to choose if it's managed, self-managed, and how long they want it for. And so this configuration page always has a plan tier and some term lengths. We're adding configuration pages to several more products. So cPanel, Hosting, Plesk, WordPress, Website Builder, and Workspace are all going to have these configuration pages that they're going to be able to select plan tier and term length as applicable. So this is going to allow your customers to decide to have a product for longer than just the 1 year that's default added. Then another section on that configuration page, so again, we're talking about that second page after adding to the cart, there's going to be a cross-sell section. This cross-sell section includes products that are normally bought together. So it's meant to allow the customer to go, hey, when I'm buying hosting, I should be thinking about security on my hosting. I should be thinking about how am I going to manage site backups? Things like that that we just let the customer know on that page. Now, you are going to have the option to opt in or out of this cross-sell section. So the configuration part, which is at the top, that has plans, tiers, and terms, that is always going to be there. But the cross-sell section, which comes below that, you will be able to opt out if you want to. So this is a single opt-out, and it happens across all configuration pages. By default, you're going to be opted in, and you'll be able to have the opportunity to opt out, and that is available today. And Chris is going to be doing a demo of this for us. Here, I'll turn it over to you, Chris.
Great, thanks, Chelsea. So I'll share my screen real fast and show you guys the RCC that you're all familiar with. But basically what I'm going to do today is just show you all how to opt out of cross-sell or opt back into cross-sell if you'd like, and then show you a quick preview of what that will look like on the storefront. So right now I am on the dashboard of the RCC. If you'll notice in the menu, there's actually a new top-level menu item. It's called Marketing, and that's replacing the original item that we had there called Promotions. But if you look in Expand Marketing, we have some new marketing content in there. We have the same Promotions page that used to be this menu item. We have a cross-sell settings page, which I'm going to be showing you today. And then there's also a marketing content page, which is an external link to a Google Drive folder that has all sorts of marketing content that you guys can utilize. So with that, I'm going to take you to the cross-sell settings page. This is the brand new feature that is allowing you to opt out of cross-sell should you choose. I am on a reseller account that has not touched cross-sells. I haven't done anything with it, so this is the default page that you'll see for it. So on this page, there's just a description of the products that are being used for cross-sell, which is VPS, cPanel, Plesk, WordPress, and Website Builder. Dedicated servers are also included in there. But opting out of cross-sell is not going to opt you out of these new config pages like Chelsea was mentioning. You'll still see those config pages, but you will not be you will not have customers trying to cross-sell products, and I'll show you what that means in a second. So for now, my reseller is opted in. I can opt out, save my settings, and I'll no longer see cross-sells on the storefront. So let me take you over to the storefront really quick to just give you a heads up. This is not in the production environment yet. This is still in test. So like Chelsea mentioned, this will be going live on February 14th. But I'd like to show you what our config pages look like. This one is an example config page for the Website Builder product. And upon adding Website Builder to your cart, you'll see this config page. It'll tell you you have the Website Builder in your cart. It allows you to upgrade the plan if you choose of that product. It allows you to select your term length. It's default selecting the plan that you chose and the 12-month term. And then we can go ahead and continue to our cart like normal. Additionally, since I'm not opted in a cross-sell, I won't see any cross-sells. But these config pages will also show cross-sell settings. So if I just append this XS equals 1, I'll see the same page, but I'm also going to have an additional box down here that says protect your customers, and it's going to try to prompt the user to add an SSL certificate. What's the benefit of this? Well, it can help users find products that go kind of hand in hand with what they've already selected and can increase the size of sales. So I see this and maybe I want to add this SSL certificate. I'll go ahead and continue and I'll be in my cart or not. There we go.
Sounds good. So Chris, just to review, which parts are in the RCC today and which parts are still coming?
Yeah, so the parts in the RCC today are the cross-sell settings page. So this is live in RCC. If you go there today, you can see this. You can opt out of cross-sells, and you can, or you can just do nothing and you'll be opted in, which will allow, or hopefully allow you to increase the sizes of your sales. Things that are not available today are these configuration pages that I was just showing you on the storefront side. But those will be going live on February 14th.
Thank you.
Yep. And that's all for me.
All right, so I do actually have one last thing that I was thinking about with this is if you see in my screenshot here to the right, there is a website backup, and that is default added on to the purchase. So there are some products that were default yes, that your customers may have to click off if they don't want it, or when they get to the cart, they'll see it there and they can remove it as well. Those items are added default just based off of research with GoDaddy's customers and their cross sells. So we're trying to use the same learning for your customers as we have with GoDaddy's customers. So so those options, there are times that happens. As you can see here, my screenshot is one of them. Also, a slight change that happened was that the cPanel starter plans or entry-level plans, they were previously only available 1 month, 1 year, 3 years, and so on. But the Plus starter plans had 3 months and 6 months. So we did turn on the cPanel starter plans for the terms of 3 months and 6 months to match that of Plus, so it's going to be the same. So if you do have custom pricing for the starter plans, be sure to go check out the 3 month and 6 month terms as well. All right, so next we have some changes that happened on the product pages, or I shouldn't say that happened past tense, that they are happening currently, and they're going to be launching on February 14th as well. We're going to be adding a few sentences to the top, and we're moving the icon from each pod to the top of the page. And to show this, Matthew was going to do a demo for us. Go ahead, Matthew.
Thanks, Chelsea. I've got some before and after screenshots here just to compare the changes that she mentioned. So here's before the cPanel product page. Our title area just has the title, and then we've got the cPanel logo in each of the product cards, kind of repetitive. As part of the changes that are going out on the 14th, here's the after. We've moved the logo from the individual cards up to the title area. We still have the title, but now we have, as Chelsea mentioned, these sort of category level descriptions. Just to provide more context, and then these changes are in our test environment. So here's the VPS page. Another change we've made to the title area for VPS and dedicated server. Currently on the live site, these pages show all of the Linux and Windows products combined. But now we have this filter here. So by default, we'll show the Linux plans, but we've got this link to toggle between Linux and Windows plans. And as I mentioned, that's on the VPS and also on the dedicated server pages. All right.
There, I was talking on mute. Thanks so much, Matthew. Sorry. Okay, there we go. All right, then the last set of changes is on the home page. So taking a look at the picture on the right, there is a change to the title in the hero section that has new .coms for $13.99. It shows my default TLD, and that's set in the RCC, and the best price for that TLD. So it's not taking the price that you, it's not saying it's always the 1 year price or something, but whatever price that you have set for that TLD, if it's the 5 years that's like the best deal that you have set, it's going to show there for what the price is. And these can be modified by visiting the Reseller Control Center under Settings and Domains. This is more impactful for those of you that do have, that do use our standard storefront homepage and not a custom one. This second screenshot, it shows when I have my .coms, which is my default TLD again, if that is on sale. So you'll notice that there's the little price tag that's showing the little sale icon, and then also the $14.99 is crossed off and $12.99 is there instead. So let's do that again. That's without a sale, and then with a sale, it changes to that. And then in the RCC, if you go there under settings and then clicking on domains, then you'll see that section that says default domain extension. That's how you can modify which TLD is going to be showing up on your homepage. So on Valentine's Day, our gift is launching all of those items live. Do remember that custom navigation you can edit now, but that's going to be going live on February 14th. And for the cross-sell section, being able to opt in or out, that is available right now as well. And again, that cross-sell, that config page is going to be showing up on February 14th. So going into what's coming soon. And here in January, we've demoed a lot of what we're coming up with, but the opt-out cross-sell is now available. Do that. The call out around the cPanel starter plans are available. In February, we've done a big demo about what's coming on the new Storefront plugin and APIs. But something that you may have heard a little bit about, but you will be receiving an email about it soon, is we're moving our payment provider to Tipalti. And what this means is for your commissions that we are paying you, we're using this Tipalti system instead. So if you were being paid out, if you're a US-based reseller, you're more than likely we're being paid out through our internal systems. And you are going to be moved on to Tipalti. You'll be getting an email saying, hey, go take a look at your vendor details or your payee details. Enter those in, make sure everything is correct, and then we'll be able to pay you just fine here on February 25th, but this change is coming out this month. We will be sending you an email when you should be going in and modifying that. Then going into March, next webinar, we are going to be talking about the Google Plus replacement, and we're doing a demo and everything like that. So we'll have a lot more details in the next webinar for it. We are working on localizing the news and alerts section in the RCC, and we're working on getting that out the door. It's likely to launch either very end of March or in April. There's also Christina, I'm going to let you talk to the promotion part about it.
Absolutely. So we have some exciting year-long opt-ins for a handful of domains. So we're currently working on that. And that should be released end of February, early March. So just keep your eyes out for that, and we'll post on the RCC as well as the community to keep you informed.
That's good. And then coming down the line in April, once we're moving into Q2, we are having the payee page moved into the RCC itself, so you don't have to go switch to the My Account payee page. That's all going to be housed within the RCC. And like I said, that localizing news and alerts is quite a big project. So we're expecting that it may bleed into April before we're able to launch. Otherwise, that is everything that I have. If anybody has anything to add, any questions? I do see that one came in about why SSL is a cross-sell item for Website Builder. We'll take a look at this because as far as I'm aware, the Website Builder, the lower plans do not come with a SSL. I thought it was only the highest level plan. But we'll take a look and we'll post back with an answer on this.
And keep in mind that was in the test environment too. So everything that you saw on the cross-sell configuration page is subject to change. And there are still some things being worked out in there.
So All right, and any updates on Go Central Store for Website Builder? I knew I was going to get this question. So I had reached out to the Website Builder team asking about the online store option that would be added on. They are still working through a couple things. I did go through, took a look, found a few issues that I want them to work on before we release. So it is still actively being worked on. I am hopeful that by the next webinar, I'll have a more firm timeline. Right now, the team is shooting towards the end of Q1, beginning Q2, but when it's as tentative as it is, I don't want to give an official date until I feel more confident about it. So next webinar, I should have a better update for you. Maybe for the one of the devs here released the main menu for the reseller script and WordPress theme. I'm not sure what that means. And then, so devs, if you have an answer, take a look into that one. But the other question we have is, how do we get the domain price in the hero banner? That is going to be available for you by default. So it's going to take in your best price for your default TLD. So anything else? All right, I think that is all. So we'll be posting the information on the Google Plus community. And again, next time we're going to be talking about the replacement for Google Plus community. And we'll be seeing you March 6th next month. Thanks again for joining us, and everybody have a wonderful day.
Thanks so much, everyone. Thanks again for joining. Bye-bye.